Hello, and thank you for joining me in today's language lesson as we continue our study of sentence analysis, where we look at a sentence and break it up into different parts. And today we're going to look at some names of these different parts. And so as we began, we looked at our red circle and knew that that was an action, and we went on a hunt for an action. And now as we get farther into our study of grammar and parts of speech, we know that that red circle is our red sphere verb. And so as we identified that red sphere as a verb, we can look at the other parts and begin to put their vocabulary name with them while we analyze each sentence. So in case A1, we started to ask questions. And we always start with what is the verb? And our answer will be the action in our sentence. And from there, our second question is who performs the verb. It could be a who is it or a what is it, as our arrows point towards that first black circle, and that is called our subject. Our subject is the answer to who is it or what is it that performs the verb. Our third question is now what receives the verb. In this case, the whom or what receiving that verb is called the direct object. It's the thing or person that's directly receiving the action. So let's look at a couple examples together. Here my sentence says flowers produce pollen. And so as I look to analyze my sentence, we want to first go on that hunt for the action. And so in our sentence, flowers produce pollen. Produce is the action or the verb. And so then we can ask who is it or what is it that produces? In this case, what is it? Flowers. Flowers would then be my subject of my sentence. Who is it that my sentence is about? Flowers. And the action they're performing is produce. So then, who or what receives that action directly? Flowers produce what? And in this case, pollen. So we've analyzed that sentence. We've broke it up into its three parts. The action being performed, produce. Who is it or what is it? In this case, what? Performing my action, flowers. That's my subject. And then what receives the verb? Pollen. Flowers produce pollen. So in my chart, I can put in the answers to my questions. Produce. Produce. Who performs the verb? Flowers. What receives the verb? Pollen. Another example for our second-year friends researching birds. Birds make nests. So again, I'll go through my three questions, always starting with that hunt for the action, or what is the verb? Can anyone tell us what the verb is from that sentence? Make is our verb. And I can even answer in my chart. Now, who is it that performs my verb, and who makes? Birds would be my subject of my sentence. They're the thing performing the action. And then what is receiving the action directly? What receives the verb? Nests. So here we've analyzed our sentence. We've broke it up into its three parts. Action being performed, makes, our verb. Who performs it, our subject is birds. And what receives the action directly? Nests. Birds make nests. So your assignment is to create your own sentence. Again, a simple sentence, just with a subject, an action, and something receiving that action directly. For my example, Raya saves Sisu and the dragons. And so I've analyzed my sentence. I've broke it up into its three parts. My what is the verb, saves. Who performs the verb, Raya. And what receives the verb, my direct object, which I have two, Sisu and the dragons. So good luck and have fun creating your sentence for sentence analysis case A2.